We are FartKnight gamers, mobile players, paywall haters, entertainers, hot as lasers. Tell your neighbor, do a favor, you should subscribe, and you'll see more. Knightlightning, he's not lightning, so enlightening, not so frightening. Hit like, and you'll see more. WhoFartd, he's WhoFartd, not faint-hearted, nor outsmarted. Let's get started.
Let's look at this next portion, which is magic increase of decrease. So ability magic increase or decrease effects from abilities now go through the effect system. They're now considered helpful effects if they're increases. So this is the same thing. This is the same kind of thing with the speed meter. It's just that you will not be able to increase your magic abilities. Another terminology we use with the cooldowns or the magic charges of individual characters' abilities, you won't be able to build those up if you have helpful immunity, but you will not be able to get it knocked down if you have harmful immunity. I kind of wish they changed the language, because helpful immunity, harmful immunity, they both have that H. So when you like say them really close together, it takes me like an extra second to kind of wait, which one are we talking about right now? And I think that's why a lot of people back and forth are like, wait, explain this to me. There's like a million people asking questions at different servers. I will say this, Ursula, we're not going to get into it now, but she looks, even as a playable character, seems completely terrifying.
She's broken. That's what essentially comes down to. She will be that like the days that we remember in Sluggo with those game-breaking characters. This is 10 times that.
I liked our version of Ursula better, the one who was looking to get hook up with Triton, her long lost boyfriend from high school. Whatever the hell we did in that episode. The new effect is Stagger, and a new status effect is Poison. Are those defined anywhere?
I'm just saying, I know most of our viewers will not get this reference, but if Poison is a status effect, is it just a matter of time before we get Alice Cooper and Belle DeVoe in the game? Like, I think that's the next step.
Here's the question. Did they add this to the list of abilities? I'm gonna guess no, but let's check it out.
No, because there's already a lot of abilities that are missing. If they did add it in, it's pathetic.
Right. Because I know Intimidate's not even on here, and that's been around for a hot minute. Yeah, I'm not seeing any definition for these new status effects, Stagger and Poison. They have it in their posts. I don't think it's in Ursula's. It's described in Ursula's kit. It's not in the description of abilities. I'm kind of at a loss. I'm going to speculate a little bit. Poison might work similar to continuous damage, but might be based on a different metric. So it's not going to do the same amount. And perhaps maybe Poison stays on you until you gain like a harmful effect or something, or there's some other mechanic to cleanse it. And Stagger, I don't know. Maybe Stagger means you can't gain speed meter or something. I don't know. Any clue? Any guess?
So I would think Stagger. When I think Stagger, I think of like a terminology when you're really drunk and you can't really stand. You're kind of staggering around a little bit. So maybe it's the only thing Jack Sparrow can get. Maybe
that would definitely work for the character for sure.
I don't know. Like, see, the thing is, most of the things that I think Stagger is, the abilities already exist. So maybe it's a percentage drop on some ability or something like that. Something along the lines of, let's say, your attack success rate.
Yeah. Maybe it's affecting accuracy. Maybe it's affecting your ability to charge magic. for your character. You can't. You mean you take your next turn, but your abilities don't charge. I don't know. It's open ended as far as I know. We'll see. It's very interesting. Should we move to our favorite segment?
I think it's time.
All right, coming up with our fake news. Here's what happened. All right, here's what happened. We read this stuff, and it's a lot of strange shit in here. And we thought we need some kind of strange character, like a Doctor Strange kind of character in this game. But there is already a doctor in Disney Sorcerer Arena. I'm thinking Facilier comes back to life, goes to Tibet and gets trained by the Ancient One, and comes back as Dr. Facilier, Sorcerer Supreme, who is now a downtown hero. He's turned over a new leaf, or a new tarot card, as it were.
I think this is the character this game desperately needs. Coming into the raid, this is who can match toe-to-toe, or like tentacle to tentacle, or tentacle to toe with Ursula.
Completely agree. He is the one we need. What could be more broken than a character who is so seeped in the dark side go and become the Sorcerer Supreme?
I think that if there was anyone in this game who could be properly trained, I think this is it.
Absolutely. Let's get into his basic arcane assault. I'm thinking he uses stagger, whatever the hell that means. Maybe inflicts poison.
So stagger is essentially the RKO of the Disney Sorcerers Arena, coming out of nowhere.
It just comes out of nowhere. So whenever arcane assault hits them with poison and stagger, and anything can happen. We have no idea. His first special is called Mardi Gras. What do you think Mardi Gras is going to do?
I think that he throws bees at every opponent around, and they explode on him. People go and grab them, thinking like, "Oh, bees," and then pop, 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 pop.
Is there any incentive? Does he have to disrobe? Does he gain a bonus for disrobing and gaining beads? Like the less amount of clothing that Dr. Facilier, Sorcerer Supreme has, the stronger his Mardi Gras power gets?
I would actually disagree. I don't think it's disrobing. I think the more he drinks, because that plays right back into stagger.
Is he wearing anything underneath that cape?
I'm assuming it's a loincloth. That's about the only thing I'm thinking he's rocking underneath there.
The only thing he's covering his genitalia with is his long hat, which is why it's so tall.
So this is like early Red Hot Chili Peppers, just without the sock and a hat.
Exactly. His second special is Friends on the Other Side. Now, this used to refer to his friends on the other side, the dead side, the side of those long past and forgotten. But now, this is a different side. This is a Marvel, Disney, multiverse side. Friends on the Other Side. This is what I'm thinking. Every time you use this, a random hero comes out and uses a random ability. Captain America throws his shield out. Hulk just smashes the floor. One random, maybe Thor comes down and like zaps a bunch of AoE attacks out there. Am I on the right track?
I was thinking something very similar. Remember Marvel vs. Capcom 2 when you had the assist ability of the other characters you had on the side and they pop out and all of a sudden you'd like use their ability? That's what I'm imagining. But I'm also thinking there's some variability to this because maybe you have Hulk come out and smash the ground. It does huge AoE damage. Or maybe you have somebody who really doesn't do any. Let's say Hank Pym comes out and all of a sudden you get like 5 damage total. So I think there should be a dice roll on this, depending on who you happen to randomly get. And let's say there's 5 potential characters that can assist, like Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, and then maybe some negative ones like Howard the Duck.
I would consider Howard positive, but that's
What is Howard's ability other than to be able to talk and smoke cigars?
just I don't know. That's about it. It'd just be awesome. What is
and hook up with Leah Thompson?
Hey, that's a legit ability right there. If you could have a superpower in the 1980s, that wouldn't be the worst one.
I call the ability of hook up with Marty McFly's mother.
Yeah. His passive is Mystic Portal.
So I am going to go out on a limb here with this one, because I see this as a raid ability where he can remove a character from the raid out of it so that they don't die, and that way you can reuse that character the next time you do your raid.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Like maybe it's like a triggered ability. If a character were to die, there's like a 30% chance they get saved through a Mystic Portal to be used again.
Exactly.
That is awesome. I love that idea. Very cool. His leadership, featuring Dormammu in the image, is Dark Bargain. What the hell is Dark Bargain?
So I am thinking that he increases the power of all the teammates, but because it's coming from the dark universe, it slowly saps the health of your characters for every single turn. And it starts to grow with each one till eventually they die off. But as more health is taken away, they become more powerful.
I feel like this is anecdotal to the spells in this game. Like, oh, it's a great thing, but over time it's just energy tapped. Oh, you paid $50 to get the spell? Well, yeah, it doesn't do any of those things that you initially used your credit card on. So there you go.
That's the dark bargain, is that you get more power for more money spent.
Yeah, the dark bargain is that you don't notice as a dark bargain until you check your Amex credit card bill. After I think Littlefingers had a dark bargains. Actually, for those of you who are interested, because I know some of you were asking where Littlefinger's been lately, he has been spending so much money in this game all the time to keep up with the current meta that he is currently on a street corner by his house negotiating some dark bargains of his own to keep his DSA account afloat.
Oddly enough, he only has one customer, and that's Dan Cool.
It's a great thing. Dark Littlefinger trades sexual favors, making dark bargains on street corners with Dan Cool. And it's a perfect symbiotic relationship because Littlefinger gets all of this meta coolness, all these big Hero 6 characters and tier 7 stats, and Dan Cool finally gets his potions.
I'm just imagining the hypothetical situation of Dan Cool going and picking up Littlefinger, and Littlefinger goes, okay, let's go do this. And Dan Cool goes, no. I just want somebody to play My Little Pony Adventures with me. That's all I want.
Yeah, well, that My Little Pony Adventures, I'm gonna guess is a euphemism for God knows what. It's not my large pony adventures. My Little Pony Adventures.
That makes me rethink every conversation I've had with Dan Cool recently. I didn't even know it was all code words.
Let's jump into some comments real quick. Cobb, I love your comment. He says this, I agree that raid characters are dumb. Let us decide how to play the raid instead of giving us characters that are mediocre outside the game mode. I'm also raging that Nightmare Before Christmas characters didn't get a rework. Jack has got to be one of the worst characters in the game, and he's such an iconic character. And then he actually was really cool. He broke down his fear team that he's been using and how he's had to change it up recently. So Cobb, thank you for your comments. 100% agree with every single thing you said. And thank you for illuminating us with the kind of details you have running your fear team. Marrow Harry, thank you for your compliments. And I appreciate the responses that you gave and the suggestions you gave. Now, one thing you did ask was a detail in terms of increase and decrease of speed meter. Now, I strongly suggest if you really want to know how this breaks out and how the math works, definitely check out our video, The Ultimate Guide to Speed. It's the thumbnail of the lightning bolt. So if those of you want to know exactly how speed meter is different and mechanically works differently than speed gain, definitely check out that video. But in a nutshell, the way to think about it is this. If I'm running on a racetrack, speed gains, I'm running 5 miles an hour. When you increase my speed, I'm running 6 miles an hour, but I'm still running that same, let's say, mile, okay? When I gain speed meter, think of it like the track is shortening for me. Or another way to think of it is I am being teleported ahead on that track so that I have less distance overall to run. So it's very different than say me gaining, if I gain 1% speed versus 1% speed meter. 1% speed means my speed I'm running at increases. The speed meter change means I'm being teleported ahead 1% ahead. So imagine you're in a race with someone and one person's gaining speed, but another person's jumping ahead, literally teleporting ahead on that same racetrack, running at the same speed they were. The math works out very differently. And if let me know if that's a good enough explanation, at least for the concept of how that works. And if not, I could definitely break down some more things. You did also ask if we're seeing a Madam Mim redemption. I doubt it. And the only reason I say I doubt it is because what they didn't say this explicitly, but they kind of implied that helpful immunity is not going to retroactively remove helpful effects. They were specific with this with harmful immunity, but I don't think they went into it with helpful. So what that means is beforehand, Madam Mim used to purge those helpful effects. But I think she could be good potentially in a raid because if Ursula is gaining a lot of bonuses and giving herself a lot of helpful effects, having that helpful immunity from that Withering Seep could be very good. But I'll be honest, as long as that passive ability is broken, which she's not gaining speed for pumping that out, it's very limiting, unfortunately. I doubt it. I'm hopeful, but I'm very skeptical. And Jacob, thank you for your comment as far as making sure we are actually testing that Merlin ability. It does turn out, I tested it this morning and yesterday, and that thing is broken. That thing does not cleanse at all. WhoFartd, do you have anything to add?
No, I think we covered it all. We said it. We did it. We've triumphed, and I would say by triumph, I mean that we've acknowledged all of Glue's mistakes. So I got nothing more to add.
Well, we like to lift ourselves up by pushing others down.
I would not say that's true, but then Glue comes around and just asks for it.
I completely agree. Thank you for helping me unveil this new character, drfacilier, Sorcerer Supreme. Please like and
Wait,
subscribe.
Sorcerer Supreme or Sorcerer Supreme?
So
I'm just wondering.
Sorcerer Supreme, yes. Please like, hit subscribe. We'll see you next time.